All right, now everybody, welcome back to the kitchen. I'm going to do another recipe idea today. I know you're thrilled, so get your pots and pans heated up and ready, and get ready to make this wonderful dish we're going to make. This, I don't really even know what to call it. I've been making this a lot lately. It's a Oriental beef and broccoli noodle dish. So I found this stuff at the grocery store here. It's Lee Kum Kee. This is a chili garlic sauce. Now let me show you that in the camera. I'll walk around. Chili garlic sauce. It's a Lee Kum Kee. So it's pretty good stuff now, and I've been making this pasta dish, and you don't really need a lot of extra seasonings or anything. This pretty much does it. I mean, you don't want to add garlic. This is full of garlic. That's what it is. It's garlic and some type of Oriental chili sauce there. So it's got chili flakes and garlic, what have you. It's good stuff. Okay, so we're going to be mixing that in with a little pasta and a little beef, a little broccoli, little onions. That's all we're going to do. Now, I'm using spaghetti noodles today. I got some pasta boiling here already. I just took regular spaghetti. If you really want to spice it up and make it more authentic, buy those Chinese noodles, whatever they are, rice noodles or whatever they're called. You can find all kinds of different pasta. But if you want to keep it simple, use what you have at home, nice and easy. The spaghetti works just fine. You could use all kinds of pasta there. Also want to mention this dish would be great with chicken and possibly even shrimp. I think either one of those, but chicken would be real good. I've made it with chicken before. It's pretty good too. Today I just happen to be using beef. So if you have chicken, don't think you can't make the dish. Just use chicken. That's totally fine. But anyways, let's get started off here now, and I'm going to go ahead and stick with the authentic vibe here of the Orient, and I'm going to use some sesame oil. Certainly you could use olive oil or regular just canola or whatever if you want to, but the sesame does add a nice little nice Oriental flair. That's what they use at the hibachi restaurants there, so I'm going to go with that. It does smoke a little bit easier. We'll put a little bit of sesame oil in there today. And now it's already smoking. That's a hot pan. So we got the sesame oil, and then we're going to throw in our onions. So let me get these onions sauteed up, and I'll be right back with you. I'm just going to kind of let those get a little color on them, let them soften up a little bit, caramelize a little bit, and then we're going in with our beef and our broccoli, and we'll go from there. Okay, we got some color into those onions, and I'm going to throw my beef in. Now that is just some thinly sliced steak meat. You could use any type of beef that you can find, cut it up into cubes or whatever. Just get some beef in there. That's what I always said. Get some meat in there. Let's put the meat in, get that going. Now, I am going to add a little bit of Lowry's salt on that beef today. You can wing this. You don't have to put Lowry's. That's just, I'm putting a little bit of flavor on there. You can just put salt and pepper on there if you want to. That would be totally fine. We'll put a little bit of Lowry's just to kind of give it a little bit of salt in there. Start browning that meat up, brown that meat up, and then we're going to throw in some broccoli here shortly and add our Lee Kum Kee, and we'll be good to go. And I just use these frozen broccoli florets. They do really good. You could use fresh broccoli if you want, whatever. Just throw some broccoli in there. But let me get my meat heating up just for a minute, and then we'll add the broccoli because it just kind of needs to steam for a few minutes. And that's kind of part of it too, is like the meat doesn't have to be totally done because the broccoli still has to cook, and it takes a while. So you know what? I changed my mind. Let's go ahead and just throw the broccoli in now. That meat's cooking fast. That was a hot pan. So you never know what you're going to get around here. I'm going to put the whole bag in. I got a pretty good amount of pasta in there today. So there's our broccoli in there now, and you just want to let that steam up and get unfrozen and heat up a little bit, and then we'll be ready to put this dish together. Now we'll add a little bit of Add a little bit of this chili garlic sauce, and then we'll drain the noodles and put the noodles, and then we'll add some more. So we'll be back with you here as soon as these noodles are done cooking, and we got the broccoli loosened up a little bit there. Okay, I just want to show you guys, when you make this type of dish, a lot of times you get all this nasty water in here, and that's from all the water that was in the broccoli and whatever. A lot of it's from the broccoli, but I like to get that stuff out of there. Then you get more of a stir-fry effect. You get all that nasty water. You don't want that water in your food. So that's just my personal deal. I don't want a bunch of runny crap all over my plate. So I'm just going to take a little spoon, a little ladle, something, and pull all that water out of the pan. So that's what we're doing next. There's my little buddy down here. Okay, let's go ahead and add some of our KentuckyKoozie chili garlic sauce in here now. It's about time to go ahead and start mixing it. It only takes a few spoonfuls and you get a lot of color, a lot of flavor out of that sauce. I add some now right as it's done kind of cooking and mix it in, and then when I put the noodles in, I add some more. So that's just how I do it. That way everything gets nice and flavored. And you can see how that it starts turning everything red. I mean, it just spreads around real nice there. Alright, now let me just go ahead and finish cooking that broccoli. It's still got a little bit of ice inside of it. As soon as that broccoli loosens up, I'm going to throw the noodles in and we'll finish this dish up. So if you enjoy this stuff and you enjoy the firewood, I do a lot of wood. Go ahead and hit the subscribe button. Make sure you watch some damn videos. If you subscribe, I need the views. That helps the channel out a lot. Keeps me going, keeps those recipe ideas coming, keeps that firewood going. So here we go. I'll be right back with you. All right, everything's heated up. I'm going to turn the heat down there, reduce the heat down to medium-low, and throw the noodles in here. And let's add the rest of our KentuckyKoozie chili garlic sauce. All right, now I had to open up another jar of this stuff because that one was about empty, so we got a little bit more here. I'm going to put a little more in. There, that should be plenty. Got a good amount of that in there. So all you got to do now is mix that around. And I also meant to add a little bit of soy sauce. I forgot about that. Let's put a little soy sauce in there. And I like to just do enough just to kind of give the noodles a little personality. You know what I'm saying? Just kind of stain the noodles brown there a little bit is all you need on the soy sauce. So they're just not so plain. That adds a lot to it. And then you mix that up. All right, folks, we're about done. I'm going to get this mixed up, and then I'm going to add a little butter in there because you always got to add a little butter. And we're going to be good to eat this, and it's really good. I would recommend trying it out. It just takes a little bit of research. Going to have to find some chili garlic sauce, but that's not too hard. These grocery stores this day, maybe you could even just get it delivered right to your house and you won't even have to leave. So let me get this going and we'll add some butter and be on our way. Okay, there's nothing much to see here. I'm just going to add a few little squares of butter in there. I think you can handle that. Now, I obviously use the real butter when I'm doing recipes like this. I use real butter for most of my stuff these days. I did buy a little bit of margarine just for if I want to make a quick grilled cheese sandwich or something. This real butter doesn't spread very easy, and you got to heat it up in the microwave and soften it up or let it get to room temperature. So if you're spreading it on toast, it doesn't spread easy. So I did buy some margarine. I'm just talking in case I wanted something easy to spread. So I use butter in all my recipes, but I say I use margarine, but what I got here now, I don't know what this is. Y'all can laugh if you want to, but it's move over butter. It's make like a cow and move there, move over butter. And this is actually, it's whipped with sweet cream buttermilk. So I'm not real sure because it's just a little different than butter. If you know how to make butter, all it is cream that's just whipped and whipped and whipped and whipped until it turns solid. And this is buttermilk, so it doesn't seem quite as bad. It does have soybean oil in it as the #1 ingredient. So anyways, it's probably some type of a margarine, soybean oil, water, sweet cream, buttermilk. So it does have soybean. I was going to say it may not be like a standard margarine, but I don't know. Check that out. Let me know what you think. Is that the same as Country Crock and all the rest of them, all the margarines, or is that a little bit better than a standard margarine? Tell me what you think in the comments. All right, now I'm just going to mix that butter in, and we're going to get this on a plate, and I'm going to eat it. So thanks for watching. I'll see you guys later.